Right, welcome back to iRacing, everybody. Back in the MX-5s here in Oulton Park this time around. Getting the revs up, ready to go, lights out, and away we go. It is a pretty decent start, trying to keep up with the rest of the pack here. Everybody basically jockeying for position as we head down into T1 here. Car number 11 managing to get the move done down the inside of car number 5 as he slots in front. And now heading up into turn 1 and into turn 3. A lot of undulation in the track here. Very easy to get the car unsettled if you go too heavy into the brakes. And as you can see, car 11 getting basically unsettled. And we managed to get alongside car number 5 as well, whose momentum gets compromised by car number 11's mistake there. Coming up to the hairpin, car 5 still there alongside as we go. Take the outside line, giving them plenty of space. Car 5 slips through. And out of nowhere, car number 6 arrives on the scene as well and slips through on the inside. So I'm guessing car 11 definitely cooked their race with that mistake. Coming up here into this sweeping right-hander, you just flick the car in, dab at the brakes, and then power out on the exit. Coming up the hill now, chasing car 5 and 6. Pretty exciting first few corners so far, and this was really intense for me. Coming up into this corner, you just slide the car through, down a gear, up to down to third, then power out on the exit, managing to get better momentum off the exit alongside car number 6 now. Past the turn right board, down on the brakes, down to second gear. Car 6 goes wide and understeers off into the ether, and we will get the job done. Up into P5 now, and now it is the chase of car number 5 in front of us, and not exactly the best entry into T1 here. You can make up a lot of time if you get that particular corner right. If you get the braking point and the slide through corner 1 just right, you can make up a lot of time, as car number 5 makes a monumental mistake. It goes off the track, but thank you very much. We'll take advantage of that opportunity, of that mistake, and we are up to P4 now. Wow. Quite a few exciting, couple of first laps here at Oulton Park. And, I love driving the MX-5s. They're super fun. I'm sure if you guys have driven the MX-5s on iRacing, you can relate in some way. Coming up to these, sweeping right-hand corner, hard on the brakes, a bit of a, dab on the brakes, down to third, then flick it through, power out the exit, and then off you go to the races, up to about 100 kilometers an hour coming up the hill. And we're just chasing down now the P4 here. I'm run out of words here for a second there, and basically I was it was pretty intense in this first couple of laps, and just sort of trying to settle into a rhythm now, just trying to bide my time and trying to pick my braking points. As you can see here, we're making up ground on P4 here, and P3, correction there, I'm in P4. The car in front of us is in P3. So this was actually, for all the biscuits, we were basically chasing down a podium once again, not exactly making the best entry into T1. Could have been a lot better, but again, just trying to manage that rhythm, trying to manage the pace, particularly this corner, turn 3. So easy, as you guys saw with car 11 and car number 5 when they went off. You can get it so wrong so easily if you really mess up the brakes. You sort of want to float the brakes, let the brakes react back to you, and not just be too hard on it the entire way, because that just upsets the car, and you're just gonna either go wide like those other cars did, or you're gonna flick it around. As we now fast forward here a few laps further ahead, we made up ground on car number 3 here, who is poignantly running P3 and sporting a white and blue livery, looking very nice. And basically you can see now we're just trying to manage that rhythm, manage the pace, making sure I'm hitting the correct brake markers, particularly through very critical corners like this one, for example. Just dab with the brake, down to third, flick the car right, and just slide it through, and then just get back on the power as soon as you can, and just trust that the grip is there, that you're not going to run out wide, and you're just going to have a boatload of momentum and able to just make up ground on the car in front of you. As you can see here, once again on this right hand sweeping corner, 2 corners basically, And you can see we're just making up that ground, and you know, we take advantage of the slipstream effect in iRacing as well. Now getting very close under brakes here, a little bit busy with the wheel, managing to you know, close the gap and managing to keep the car facing the right direction, as once again we are gaining off the exit of the penultimate corner across the line to start off our next lap. Once again coming up into T1, a little bit better entry this time, and you can see here better momentum off the exit if you get that right. I do back off a little bit here, was thinking of a pass, but considering the undulation in the corner here, so easy to just get it wrong and not just ruin your race but ruin the other guy's race as well. So just trying to play a little bit cool, a little bit easy. Again, plenty of laps to go. It's not over yet, and we're basically just chasing this guy down. And honestly, when you find yourself in this sort of situation, what I find the best thing to do is just maintain your pace and just keep the pressure on, because one way or another you'll get the move done as long as you maintain that pace, or the person in front of you is undoubtedly going to be making a mistake, because all you're going to be doing is filling their rearview mirror full of your car, and it's just gonna, you know, upset them in some ways. You know, as we fast forward now onto a next lap here, again a little bit better entry and exit. You can run a little bit wide off the exit of T1. That little bit of grass off the side of the curb is actually, you know, you can drive onto it without getting any sort of curb strikes and incident points, as we managed to make up ground here. Car number 3 has not exactly had the best entry and exit off T2 and T3, getting very close under brakes into the hairpin. Car number 3 defending for their life, covering us off on the inside line, and they have better momentum off the exit there. And we just got to slot in behind them. Again, just maintaining rhythm, maintaining pace, trying to keep the pressure on as we come up into this sweeping right-hander that I love so much. Again, thinking of a move, but again, just reminding myself, just play it cool, Jace. Keep a calm head. Keep it cool. No need to be a hero. You're in P4, considering we started, I think, what was it, P7 if I'm not mistaken, or P6, I can't remember. Anyways, we're just gonna keeping the pressure on the guy in front of us and not trying to make any stupid mistakes here as we come up to the final corner. A little bit of a look on the inside, managed to get a good entry, probably scrubbed way too much speed that we needed to, but we're still maintaining the gap. And car number 3, we can sort of start to see they're starting to get a little bit unraveled, even though they do have a bit of a gap over us. Once again into T1, not the best entry this time, understeered a lot, but either way, still just reminding myself, keeping the pace, and especially in these undulating corners, it's so easy to get the car unsettled. As you can see, car number 3 managing to get by without any issue. Fast forward, we are finishing off the lap, coming out the final corner on the exit, coming up to the pit straight, about to cross the line. Start off on next lap. Car number 3 still in front of us. This fight for the podium is going to go down to the wire as we make a little bit better entry into T1. Car number 3 not as much, and that's enabled us to close the gap on them coming up into T2 and T3, and you got that bumpiness in the road as you go into T3. You can see car number 3 is hanging in there, but somehow we get better momentum, and then alongside car number 3, now drag racing them down into the hairpin, maintaining that inside line, a little bit of argy-bargy, getting the elbows out, you know, and getting the move done up into P3. Wow, that was, honestly, that was intense. Those few laps just trying to keep up with them with car number 3, it was actually pretty intense. So I was pretty happy to get that done, and basically this was, I think, the last couple of laps in the race, if I remember correctly. That's something I found quite annoying about iRacing. When you look back at replays, there is no way to actually display a lap counter, not even any of the black box, black boxes rather, that's available to you while you are racing live. So I don't know, iRacing, if you happen to watch this video, come on, somehow, you know, make a way. Or if you guys know a way to put up a lap counter or a black box on screen during a race replay, let me know down in the comments, because I couldn't figure out for the life of me, and I've looked online. no answer to that. So we cross the line, gonna start off our next lap, and basically job done here. We're just maintaining the rhythm from here on and maintaining our pace, because car 3 is still behind us actually at this point. They haven't given up. So now the role reversal has started, where they are basically pressuring us to the end of the race, and we just have to make sure that we don't let the pressure get to us and just keep our head down. You know, look for the braking mark. As you can see, I'm covering off that inside line because car 3 is there, and probably not the best exit. Scrubbed off way too much speed than I needed to, but still just maintaining that pace, maintaining that rhythm, trying to hit those same sort of lap times. I think a good lap time around here is in the 130s or maybe 129s if I'm not mistaken, in the MX-5s that is. Love this turn, just dab on the brakes, flick the car right, and then power out. Like your life depends on it. Same thing for this particular set of corners up here. These two corners, you just dab on the brake, slide it through down to third, and then power out, and then you can hang it wide along the curb if you want as well. And yeah, this I'm running out of breath commentating this. You can only imagine how much out of breath I was driving this. Again, trying to cover off that inside line. That last final corner actually, as we come across the line, finish on the podium as P3, baby, let's go. And as I was saying, that last corner actually, I find actually you just hit your braking mark just past that turn right bollard, and you'll find the car actually naturally gravitates over to the right hand side, and by the time you get to the corner you want to be in second gear and just ride that momentum of the car turning right, and as you exit just power out like your life depends on it. The grip will be there, and you'll gain some time as well as we gonna cool down on a lap back to the pit lane. That was pretty intense. I don't know, what do you guys think? You know, let me know down in the comments below. Do you guys enjoy iRacing? I'm enjoying the hell out of it. This has been absolutely, you know, it's been crazy playing iRacing, because it is so rewarding, but it's also so demoralizing when, you know, you make a mistake or someone knocks you out. And there have been so many races where I've made so many mistakes, not just in regular official races, but league racing as well. In particular, recently I've had absolutely atrocious performances, and I'm left with my head, you know, scratching my head, trying to figure out where are these people finding extra time and how are they maintaining such good pace compared to me. So it's been a learning process, and I've been enjoying it, and also, you know, riding the highs and the lows in particular, because even though this is a video game, I feel like there's just that much more at stake, especially because a lot of the iRacing, you know, classes and racing does depend on your safety rating. So if any mistakes you make translates over to downgrading your safety rating. But either ways, I hope it's this video isn't a downgrade. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like and do consider subscribing and leave your comments, and take care of yourselves. Catch you guys in the next video.